Assalamualaikum and a very good day to my lecturer Dr. Normazidah and my fellow friends. My name is Arisya and I will be presenting a speech titled, Is Nuclear Safe? Whenever the word nuclear is mentioned, the first thing that comes to our mind will always be about something disastrous and life-threatening like atomic bombs, nuclear weapons, mutations, and often the term alien comes into picture as well. It is almost as if a taboo to talk about nuclear. Though I will not dare to sugarcoat the catastrophe an atomic bomb may cause, but the idea of nuclear science is often misunderstood, and its useful application are blinded by myths and stigmas that were spread in our community. Being a third-year nuclear science undergraduate student, I feel obliged to persuade you to change your perspective about the word nuclear by sharing my experience and knowledge that I gained throughout my studies. So today, I will first define what is nuclear science. Then I will explain the benefits of nuclear science and what we should do to raise awareness about this topic. So, what does nuclear science actually mean? According to the article What is an Atom written by Tim Sharp, nuclear science is the study of the atomic world. The word nuclear means something that relates to the nucleus of an atom, which is the basic units of matter. We are also composed of atoms. Nuclear science provides a way to understand how atoms interact with each other and produces energy in form of radiation that comes in two types, that is the low energy non-ionizing radiation that recognized as ultraviolet rays, microwaves, and infrared, and also the high energy ionizing radiation that we know as X-rays, gamma rays, and others. However, today our topic actually highlights on ionizing radiation. Did you know we are actually exposed to ionizing radiation every day? The International Atomic Energy Agency reports that every year we are exposed to 2.4 millisieverts of radiation. You may ask, how am I exposed to radiation if I've never dealt with radioactive substances before? This is where myths and misleading information always come from, because people do not realize that there are many natural sources of ionizing radiation that we're exposed to every day. Radioactive sources are not always from the man-made nuclear reactor, but also from our surrounding. Statistics by the World Health Organization stated that 40% of natural radioactivity in the air are released from stone, soil, building materials. Meanwhile, 30% direct radiation are traced from radionuclides in the soil and rocks, 15% are from medical uses, 10% are from food and drinks, 5% from cosmic interaction, and less than 1% being other. Thus, you could see that radiation can be found in the walls of our house, in the air that we breathe, in the rocks that we stepped on, and even in the banana we had for breakfast. However, they all come in very little amount that would not harm us. For comparison, a study by Joe Schwartz found that bananas contain about 450 mg of potassium each, which converts into 0.01 mg of natural radioactive K40 if it was eaten. Meanwhile, a chest X-ray delivers 10 mg. It means that the ratio of K40 received through eating the banana to the X-ray procedure is 10 to 0.01. In other words, for a person to be harmed by radioactive content in the banana, it would take him 1 billion of bananas to be consumed in just one sitting. Now that we're clear about what is the definition of nuclear science, I'll now amuse you with the benefits that it has given us since Henry Becquerel discovered the first radioactivity in 1896. When I talk about nuclear science or radiation, besides being often related to bombs and mutations, the first idea people would think of is X-ray. X-ray imaging or radiography is one of the leading benefits in the medical field. It is used to take images of our bones without having to cut a wound by using a relatively low dose of radiation. Other than that, radiation therapy has also become a great option for cancer patients to treat their illness. According to Bhaskar et al., in his review article about cancer and radiation therapy, it was found that this method has contributed 40% toward curative treatment of cancer. This relates deeply to nuclear science as it also studies the nuclear medicine. This shows how nuclear science has given a positive impact on human health, thus we should really think twice before saying no to nuclear. The second useful application of nuclear science that we can appreciate is in this industry field. X-rays and gamma rays are used in radiographic testing as a non-destructive testing or NDT to evaluate buildings or construction work. For example, in oil and gas pipeline welding, there are many defects that can occur in forms of porosities, cracks, incomplete penetrations, and more. These are very difficult to spot using man's eye because they are usually very small and happens inside the long and heavy metal pipelines. It would be like looking for a needle in a haystack. Radiographic testing has helped to save time and detect deformities in hidden areas efficiently. Broberg has made a study on comparing several NDT techniques for well inspection, and he concluded that radiography is the most versatile technique. This proves that nuclear science has also helped to avoid costly structural failures, possible fatal accidents, and ensure smooth running of assets. The third application of nuclear science are commonly found in the agriculture field. Food irradiation has been widely practiced since the 20th century. This application has played a very big role in import and export of agro products like fruits and vegetables. For example, according to a study by Ibrahim, Malaysia has been the main supplier of durian to Southeast Asian region. However, during cutting and packaging, the durian flesh and pulp has been exposed to microorganisms like yeast and mold that will lead to foodborne diseases, and they could not last throughout the export duration without going bad. Thus, Malaysia has taken the initiative to formulate the standard on guidelines for irradiation of food in 1992 to overcome this problem. As a result, the durian supply business could avoid major financial losses due to microbial infections and arrive on their customers' hand as fresh as new. By my third point of nuclear science benefits, I think we should all be grateful with this technology that allows us to enjoy potted fruits for fresh. Dear friends, now that we can see nuclear science has contributed a lot to human health and environment, we realize how we was blinded by the false fear that was planted in our community. So what we can do to raise awareness among our friends and family about this? Well, for a starter, we should always dig more information about something before making a conclusion. For example, the rare earth separation plant company Lynas, that is located in Kuantan, has received many controversies and false claims over the years, stating that it produces high radioactive wastes as their byproducts. However, the CEO of Lynas, Amanda Lassay, stated in New Straits Times in 2018, the two byproducts formed is an iron-rich phosphogypsum, which contains very low-level naturally occurring radiation, and a magnesium-rich gypsum, which is a non-radioactive material. Both residues are safety supervised under ELB. Meanwhile, Lynas Malaysia Radiation Safety General Manager, Professor Ismail Bahari, also pointed out that the radiological risk from the operation is intrinsically low. In fact, those byproducts are widely used in construction and agriculture industry as cement, plasterboard, fertilizer, and soil conditioning. So these controversies about Lynas occurred due to political issues where responsible parties find this as an opportunity to incite public rage by taking information out of its context. So we should always not believe what we read before investigating the issue. Other than that, the Education Ministry should take initiatives to expose students since young age about nuclear science knowledge. For example, in 2019, our very own nuclear science program in UKM has been given the honor to become the host for the annual International Nuclear Science, Technology and Engineering Conference, collaborating with the Malaysian Nuclear Agency. This event has opened a lot of opportunities for the students and the public to expand their knowledge about this field. Many respectable nuclear scientists and enthusiastic educators were invited from all over the world to gather at this event and share their experience. I would like to encourage everyone to always take the opportunity to join exhibitions like this in the future so we can learn more about nuclear science. I hope you will not think of bombs and aliens anymore when you hear the word nuclear after this. I believe everyone should be aware about the nuclear science knowledge. As I've mentioned earlier, we are exposed to radiation every single day in our lives, so why should we be so scared of it? Of course, ionized radiation needs strict handling and management, but we should fight the stereotypical barrier on the word nuclear and explore what it truly means. I believe we should not let our fear ignore the usefulness of nuclear. As Marie Curie, the mother of modern physics and the pioneer of radioactivity, once said, "Nothing in life is to be feared, it is only to be understood." Now is the time to understand more so that we may fear less. Thank you very much for your time.